are 3 ways to know that you have healed your ancestral lineage. And so there comes a time in your healing process that you will look back and you will say, wow, I have done it. I have overcame the obstacles that my ancestors were suffering with, and I have healed my generational line. And when that day comes, I'm celebrating with you, because that is not easy. There were a lot of decision points along the way that had to have been made in order for that to become a reality. The first thing is that you have healed any and all triggers that used to set you on fire. These triggers are handed down from generation to generation to generation. One of those triggers could be money. So when you have healed your scarcity mindset, survival instincts, and triggers around how much something costs, you have done your ancestral healing. Because many times in our ancestral line, there are patterns of suffering that are ups and downs, meaning that one generation has made all the money, the next generation has lost it. There's also patterns of war. So suddenly all the wealth in the family is gone. This leads to long-term suffering around money, survival, and triggers around the cost of items, the cost of service, especially around self-care, self-healing, and investing into your future. Because when you're so worried about today, the thought of investing into something for tomorrow is not even a possibility. Ancestral healing of money issues, prosperity, and wealth requires deep digging, trust, faith, and the knowing that when you invest into yourself today, it will pay off in so many ways tomorrow, and that tomorrow includes your children, your grandchildren, their children, and so on. That's ancestral healing. The second thing is you have healed all the triggers around your parents, grandparents, and the things that were done to you in childhood. This means you don't harbor any more resentment, pain, unforgiveness. It's no longer running through your mind. And therefore, it's not going to be running through your children's mind, their children, and so forth. Because you now understand from a higher perspective that everything they did was because they were traumatized. It was generational. And now you have this higher perspective and mindset that says, I forgive them. I don't hold that against them. And when you see your parents or grandparents, you have love and compassion. You're no longer wanting or expecting them to behave a certain way because you know that's just not possible. And in that change, they also see that change, recognize that change, and oftentimes they don't have to show up in those same ways. That's ancestral healing. And the third thing that really marks that you have done your ancestral healing work is when you no longer blame others. This is huge. When you no longer blame others for the traumas that were inflicted upon your lineage. You can see it from a bigger, higher perspective. You are grateful for those traumas because they made you a stronger person, and therefore you were able to overcome any and all wounds. And now you step forward into your communities and you help others to heal those generational traumas and ancestral wounds. That is the true hallmarker of healed. You are now healed. When you can go out into your community with no resentment, no hurt, no anger, forgiveness, and help others who were where you were to heal their ancestral lineage. Why is ancestral healing so necessary, especially in this day and age? Because when we carry the wounds of our ancestors, there's no future. And the future that there is is just repetitive. We are at the time now in human history where those who are ready to step into their abundance, prosperity, and wealth are ready to do the hard and necessary work for ancestral healing. And if you're one of those people, then I invite you to come connect with me and let's do the work so that you can be healed and move forward and have your children move forward, your grandchildren, and on down the line. Because a healed world is an abundant, prosperous, and loving world. A wounded world is a victim world. And you are no victim. Many blessings.